Welcome to this week's episode of Rubber Down. Binny, we're back. Episode 54. Can you believe we've done 50 of these things? And now we're just like, weekly, we just catch up and talk sprint cars.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. That's what they say.
Fun. Sometimes it's fun. I mean, we're 50%. I would say our rate of 50% organisation is there with our work life and stuff, and we always try to get it out. But I feel like if we get to that Wednesday mark, we're like, oh, we've sort of missed an episode this week. But we do our best, and like I said, we're not making, how do I say it? Like, we do this for the fun of it, and it's starting to move with the help of you guys. So thanks so much. Of course, subscribe on the YouTube channel, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Might be a 50-50 deal. I might be flicking that one. I just got a vibe. People are watching on there, but I'm just like, maybe just shorten it up and see how it goes. So if you're an Apple listener, get ready, maybe, to flick it over. But, of course, today's episode is brought to you by Eliminator Race Wings. Eliminator Race Wings are Australian manufactured with recessed rivets for extra strength.
Manufactured with 6061 T6 aluminium for lightweight and strength. Sprintcar top wings, dished and flat, along with front wings.
They also have Formula 500 wings now available.
Eliminator Race Wings, available Australia-wide.
And BK Racing Performance Products. So thank you to you guys for joining our team. We call it the race team. We still have to work out, Binny. Remember you were trying to call our supporters the names. We can't call them rubbers. That's not good. But... What? Yeah. We haven't, like, it's like a race team member or, I mean, I'd just say flogs because we're a bunch of flogs. But, yeah, have you come up with one yet?
Well, I like the idea of gutter rats, but it's a bit insulting, I feel. So
yeah, what about like the bunch of Harvey Warbangers? Join the Harvey Warbangers. I don't know, that sounds like a bit, how you going?
Yeah.
But anyway, if you're listening in the chat, please help us out. We want to, like, you guys are a community, so we're trying to, like, are you a member of the race team or something like that? Just, it's, you know, like you brought it up, like Apex Hunters has hunters. Like, that's cool. That just works. It flows. They got really lucky with that one. I don't even reckon they came up with that till after the name. So anyway, we'll get into that. But, this week, Binny, Australia was really focused on the Perth Motorplex Maddington Tour, the Sprint Car Series 25-26 Grand Final. Now, it felt like it was pretty wrapped up either way. It's like no one really said it. But, Kate Amanda's got the win on the night. And, again, an excellent drive by the Team 71. And we did say if round one didn't have its shamble moments, sort of feel bad for that team that night because... Now that whole situation is just a bit, again, smoke and mirrors ever since they stopped running them at a high limit, then brought them back and then didn't. It didn't feel random, even though they said it was. I just think, like, on the outside, it all looks great, but internally, I think we'll see a few changes over there in the WA scene. Not that I know anything. This is not... I've just heard that not everyone's happy. I'm not saying who from or it's multiple sources, but it's like things they want to work on still to make it better. In all cases, whether that be how certain things are scored points wise, how if that box is still in play, yada yada yada. Because even I feel like there was a period, and you can say this too, we were watching Perth, and a great race was getting ruined because of something or. The work area was way too long, or I don't know. Just there was I feel like this year at Perth it was like more under the eye. Do you think because of how good it's been? It's like people were waiting for it to not be as good, even though it's so hard. Perth Motorplex is awesome, and the series is awesome. Do you agree with that, Cole?
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely was a different year, but I think it was because, as you said, it had more eyes on it because of how big the last 2 years have been.
Yes, which is a good thing. Like we need more people watching it and invested.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe brought more opinions on socials.
Yeah, exactly. And every track you go to, you're not going to find a perfect track. Like you look at the tracks over in America, over here, there's not a perfect track. You're never going to get one because you're working with a track that changes every time you roll out there. and you're working with, at some places, a team full of volunteers, and they do an excellent job. But some nights you can't control what's happening around you. But yeah, I think it was just more that Perth was under the microscope a little bit more, and people are now probably nitpicking at things that they want to be right, or it's that their driver has been stuffed over by that, and they're passionate about who they go for. So yeah, Perth still does a wicked job. Like, they put on a show, and you saw that with some of the stuff they did on Saturday night at the grand final. Like the parade they did with all the cars, that was really cool. So yeah, it's going to be under the microscope even more, I think, over the next couple of years when they run even bigger shows.
I agree, but we say, like, even you just said Perth, but like, if we're talking a whole Maddington Toyota series, it did have a growth year of expanding different tracks, and we still haven't really added Bunbury back into that. We had our Speed Week race nights, but I mean, a more regular Bunbury system I would love to see in the series, because one, it's close for the drivers, well, the Perth-based teams it is, but I'm just saying Bunbury just delivers such history, and also it's so different in a Plex. Like, it's that just throws up something. It gets more rougher. I know they're working with the surface. And then a few months ago, I remember all the social media documents were going crazy. It looked like it was getting a bit bitter and sour. But, yeah, we talk overall series. They've grown this year. Kalgoorlie, Geraldton, Albury. Where else did they go?
Not Albury, Albany.
No, Albany, sorry, not Albury. Is that on the cards, though, maybe in Albury? Is there a track in Albury?
No, Albury's down Victoria way.
Yeah, I thought so. I've drove past it all year. Sorry. I've got my Albany and Albury's mixed up. Jesus. Anyway, so Albany, Kalgoorlie, Geraldton. I did go to, obviously, Bunbury over the Christmas period, and Perth. I don't think I missed any there. No. Did I miss one?
No, I don't think so.
What was the one? Oh, yeah, Kalgoorlie was similar to Geraldton, I thought, by watching it. But yeah, those nights, like we said, those tracks need the data and the laps. Like, we've seen how much better night 2 at Geraldton was than night 1. So imagine night 7 there, you know, in a few years. And yeah, I just think the cream still rose to the top at most of the tracks in the series. But overall, I thought it was a great year for the series. Maddington Toyota, thank you again for supporting, which is the biggest series in Australian Sprintcar racing, not motorsport. But, yeah, and it's going up and up. Dayne Kingshott is your champion. Well, another 26 grand in the pocket, with a great second place car the other night. Thought he had a sniff at the win. After rewatching that feature from the Plex, Binny, what were your thoughts on the, what played out on the grand final?
Yeah, it would have been interesting if the race went green to checker, because that was I felt like at moments in the race, the track was very busy, and I feel like with the more laps they were doing, it was sort of getting, I don't know, that top 3 was getting more racy as they sort of did those longer runs. Like I think Cal at one point was sort of up there and then was battling for the lead, but then dropped back and Kingshott got him. Yeah, it just would have been interesting if it went green to checker, but I don't know. Perth's always I always enjoyed their races, no matter how the track goes, whether it's one line or rubber down. It always seems to put on a show, but yeah. Manders was just in a league of his own out in front, really.
Oh, I agree with that.
Like, I don't know. I'm one of those people that would love to see the fast guys start at the back like speed cars. I know a lot of owners and teams would hate it because there'd be a lot of damage sometimes. But it's just like to see how fast he was, and then even in traffic, he seemed to get around them and manage it. But yeah, I enjoyed the weekend, like the night of racing over there, and some good results for some teams, and as you said, the cream rises to the top, with the top three being the top three in the championship. So yeah, it was a good weekend of racing for good end to the year, I'll say.
Yeah, for sure, because it feels like that is our real main stage sprint car end, even though I think there's a round at Toowoomba, their USC Grand Final. Sydney has a show in a few weeks. I'm not sure if anyone else, Perth has their wingless Australian title, like a few big events there. But when we're talking 410, I think that's about where we're at. I couldn't agree with you more. With Manders' league of his own, and it feels like there's been a few moments this year at like the Plex, maybe 2 or 3 nights where it's like, man, that 71 is just the boys are there, and we say boys, it's Manders, Kingshott and Williamson, like they are there, but then it's like the 71 over the 30 laps is good from start to finish, where we've seen Williamson in the 26 be electric at starter features. Then it's something just at the end is just not as fast, and Kingshott is the opposite. At the end is right there. Like it's like he needs that yellow because the car's ready to win, you know. So it's like different. Just a great way of sprint car racing. Hey, it's like we're not stock cars. People are setting cars up different or different patterns, and it's like let's just say like lately the Diamond Bay car, Cal in it. If they go 30 straight, he'd win because it'd be hard to get him in lap traffic because how far out of a gap he gets. Manders, same, continuous run. You know he's going to be the same pace, average all race. But the Kingshott car is like, you need to be held up in lap traffic, and you know that 2 is coming. And we've seen that all year. Like the 2 puts himself in a position with 15 to go. So, yeah, and that's a credit to all the boys, the teams, you know, all the crew chiefs. Perth is one of the states with like most full-time crew chiefs. But yeah, Liam has done it. Dan Golding this year has been great, and also Caden as well. So I am more excited for the series again to come around next year, purely to see the 71, the 3, the 2, and I'll even say Daniel Harding really finished the series strong with the other track performances. And Perth, it was like the 1, 2, 3, 4, like they were in front. Even when you had your likes of like Kerry Madsen there, Goodjar, McHugh, Newton, and Madsen, like they were still in that top 8. Like that was the 8, you know. So, just Manders, great result. Also won the Triple Crown points, 5 Gs there. So a total for 10 grand on the night for him with the win and the Triple Crown. So I just think it was a different year for the Williamson team. I started off red hot, then the 2-car team system. It takes a lot out of any team. Then the East wasn't as good as they wanted going back, and now I believe they've still committed to go to America. So that's why their cars aren't running. Now they're in the 26. But Cal showed great speed throughout the year. It was very consistent speed. I don't think the results showed the speed the 3 and the boys had. But again, that's where we talk about points and consistency. Yeah, that's why the 2 gets the job done on the points in the series, and the 2 had I would say a strong East travelling year this year. So we'll get into that. Obviously, the top 5 at Perth Motorplex finished out the year was Manders, Kingshott, Williamson, Harding, and Mikey Green, your guy, got in the top 5. Cody Nash for me, I think, was in there, but just dropped to 12th. But that's good to see, and I think we'll see both of Green and Nash, the young guys, next season again in the Maddington Toyota top 5 scene. I think so. I mean, I'm just rooting for Codes because he's one of my guys. He's a good guy. But yeah, Mikey Green has shown the speed, and the racing is coming along. You know, it started with the time trial is going a lot better, but now the heat racing and the features are looking up and up for the 74. But you've got some stats there. You're rocking the Dayne shirt today. Go us through the 3-time in a row champions. Are you doing the Maddington stats or just a whole year, even East Coast for Dayne King?
Yeah, I'll just run through the Maddington series stats. So overall for the year, they did 23 races. Dayne got 7 wins, 14 podiums, 17 top 5s, and 22 top 10s. with only one DNF. So he finished inside the top 10, 17 out of the 23 races they did. So that's 74% of the series he finished in the sort of top five, and then was at a 61% podium rate. So it's pretty good stats to have.
How many wins was that this year, Benny?
7 wins.
With the Maddington Toyota? That's
yeah,
it?
with the Maddington Toyota. Yeah.
There you go. And they started the season hot. Won, a few of the other rounds. They won definitely Geraldton, won Kalgoorlie, I believe. But yeah, just consistency. And man, I just say that I know their highlight of the year might be the winning of the series, but for me, watching the win at Tolma for me was amazing. I just thought they came over before the Adelaide, and that was a big night. And I think everyone, even you could see the talk on social, people, West were happy, but I think everyone just went, man, there we go. Krikke number 2 out in front on the East Coast. And I think that was a big moment. And I think they had a really strong Australian title run and Classic. I think they were top 5 at the Classic. And Australian title, I think it was top 10. So that's a tick in their book, I believe, coming all the way here. And, I'm keen to see the boys roll around. And, I mean, you were there, but you can't tell me. I'm saying my highlight was Tolma, but Dayne Kingshott with a chance to win this year, the high limit against Kyle Larson and all that. That was pretty cool. Would that be your highlight of the number 2 season?
I think so. And to see how much, I don't know, Dayne's he's not, I don't know, he's not, for me, he's not very super emotional, but on that night you could see he was pretty chuffed with his efforts, and the amount of people that were coming up to him and sort of saying congrats, and and then to sort of have Larson sort of wanting him over there racing, I think that's a big honour to have him wanting to see him over there racing in the US.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have to be, it was a second place, but that would have to be the highlight for me for that sort of Krikke team this year.
Yeah, I remember watching it after, I think it was Avalon Speed Week, and I felt on socials plus watching it, it's just you were like, come on too, as the Aussie flag's getting waved, and yeah, great year, and that's about Maddington Toyota Sprintcar Series, Perth Motorplex. Thank you again, I will say, to Maddington Toyota and Perth Motorplex and all the WA tracks. Great series. Tuning in, and yeah, you just guys are setting the bar for a series right now. Waving the series. Money's going up. The media days they do. The Channel 7 coverage. If you're going to show someone Sprintcar Series, you're showing them Channel 7 Night Thunder. You know how cool that is. So, yeah, good on you to all the teams in Perth, the track owners, the managers, from all the tracks, not just Perth. Good job. But my thing is, let's get Bunbury back. Come on, let's go. Let's just get that more coming at ya, because I enjoyed the time out of Bunbury, even though that first night was hardcore, but there was something about Bunbury that really made me feel like I was, you know what it felt like? I was back in Parramatta. Just the vibe, the grittiness, the history there. Everyone knows it's a big thing to win at Bunbury from the history.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. Touch on a few.
The big burger actually that you were interested in.
Chicken burger. Yes, it was homemade. It was good. It was the end of our trip. That was good. We'll get on to some of the other Australian results. Wagga Speedway had I think it was the New South Wales Grand Final. Again, the social media has been a bit weird, or maybe I haven't been covered a lot. Don't know who won the series points. I don't know if you catched any of that. I don't know. But I do know Ashton Manif won the 410 event in a 360 LS. I believe it was an LS motor. Now, he's been running that for the last year and a half, 2 years, it feels like, up against the 410s all the time. But good on you, bro. Big win, and, that team has travelled a lot this year, between the Sydney to Woombas, that whole East Coast swing. They've been to nearly every New South Wales round. So that's good. And Jackson Delamont, a strong second, and Luke Thomas was third. Now, I'm pretty sure, I only think, they didn't really promote this, but I only think there was 11 cars there. So not as good turnout, But I didn't see any footage. Only seen him doing burnout, so I don't know how the night was. But people, get your mobile phones out. Come on, give us a few laps next time. Unless I missed it. But yeah, that's good on you, Ashton, and the Maneath team. Granville legacy there from the Parramatta days with the Maneath names. So that was cool, man. Yeah, Western Sydney Speedways got an event in a few weeks. I know they had the 50 lapper speed car event. Harry Stewart got the dub off the invert. I didn't see again any real footage of that. I'm not sure. But yeah, good on you, Harry Stewart, for getting that win. We'll jump across the ditch. Rapuna Speedway had their Gold Cup 2-night show. Joel Myers Jr. went bang, bang, thank you, ma'am. Swept the weekend. And on the final night, he won, like I said, swept 12 grand. I think it's 12,024 NZ dollars. Jonathan Allard, second, and Jock Goodyer, third. So I think that was an international podium. No, it wasn't. No Kiwi, unless Jonathan Allard's got something going on there, because he's always there. But it was USA, and Australia. And Jock Goodyer was in the Michael Pickens car, as we said. First night he was in a podium spot, but spun mid-race in about turn 1 and 2, and kept it going, but ended up, I think, about 6th. Went back to 9th, got to 6th. Yeah, Rapuna, for me, just looks at that vibe of Avalon, that flatty, little bit of banking. I don't know. It looks like you're either going to get two tracks there, real narrow or really wide and moving. So, yeah, the Kiwi scene is growing, but I do feel like a lot of the Kiwi teams are going to start to venture this way to us over that Speed Week period. And I just feel that after, I think Max Guilford was back there, didn't have the weekend he wanted, but I do feel like after the teams have seen Max Guilford to give it a go, I think that's where they start asking, like, hey, how'd you do this? How do we do? Like, they know the answers of how to come and do it now. So I think we're going to start to see that, which is more numbers for each of our bets. I'm cool with that. Let's go. Yeah, so that was Gold Cup weekend. I'm just going to actually double check. I swear I wrote down he swept it because I did watch the first night. So I had to catch up. This weekend I was at my best mate's wedding and I was in the bridal party. So my Saturday Speedway, I tried to stay off my phone as much. No, I wasn't on the piss hard. I was a good boy. But what I'm saying is I just was actually focusing for once and just being off the grid. Even though I was like getting a bit bored when we were chilling before the wedding, like, what's going on at I-55? I had that on. Don't get me wrong. I had that on the phone on the kitchen table while the photographer lady was there. I was just like, yeah. Like, I was a bit like that. But, where is it? Yes, he did win both nights. I knew I was right. All right, Benny, let's get into the World of Outlaws. Wasn't there a lot happening that weekend at I-55? That puts on, I'm easily going to say, nearly some of the best outlaw racing all year. Hands down. It's so tight. Now we've got that, I don't know, like, I know we say, like, Tom was off Peevely, but maybe the camera angles on Cleverview versus Peevely, it doesn't really work, but maybe because I've been at Peevely now, you're understanding, like, when someone's ripping the fence, you're like, oh, he up there, boy. Like, yeah. It is up there. So, yeah, what were your thoughts on some of the outlaw features? I've got a talking point, but I just want to hear your thoughts on both nights, and I didn't pick any winners, and you didn't either. Oh, no, you had Buddy. You said Buddy and Gravel.
Buddy and Gravel.
But it was Buddy. Buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I don't know whether I just am biased on liking that track so much because I'm good at it on the World of Outlaws game. But that track is wicked. And, yeah, put on some good racing and close racing. Like
Yes.
I think it was the first night, some of the slide jobs and back and forwards, and even the second night, the back and forward slide jobs were just insane. And I don't know how they do it. I get distracted in my road car, let alone in a car that I can't have mirrors and see around me. But
think of a sprint car. It must be like having blinkers on. You're shoved in. This is it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
I couldn't do it. I don't like not being able to look around and I think maybe that's why I like it. Even F1. You've got mirrors, but you can't look around really. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it's. I guess once you're in the seat and you're going as fast as they are, you don't really worry about it. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. I still feel strongly about work zones and work areas. I don't.
That's actually
really,
my talking point.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't really like them, but yeah. Well,
Well, it's hard. It's a hard one, right? So night one, it obviously was the gravel and Schuhart incident. Now, I thought it was one of the most racing incidents ever. I don't think it was his fault versus his fault. Gravel just seen a gap and zapped it, and Schuhart would have been hearing cars inside and outside, obviously, and you could see him like going that way, but turning left, like he isn't turning right. And it just happened. They both go over. I think Garrett Williamson got involved in that one too. I think it was 3-4 car pile up. But when you see it, you're like, oh my God, Gravel's out. This is points time. And Buddy's running good. He needs to catch up. He's had a few DNFs. And you're like, oh, this is a shake-up we have not wanted, because you don't want anyone to crash, but you're like, wow, big moment in the series, Mark, I-55 not one. And then it just goes, stop, open red, and you're like, oh, open red, okay. So the boys are going to have time to take their cars back, because it's not 2 minutes now, or whatever time they get. But the thing for me was, it took that long. David Gravel even had an interview. They're still towing his car away. They haven't towed it off yet, but they've called open red. Or maybe they hadn't. The open red hadn't started yet even. So it hadn't even started the open red yet, maybe. And then he's like, yeah, I think it's this. He's yelling to his crew chief, Cody Jacobs, like, yeah, do this. This is broken. This is bent. Like, so they can get the stuff ready. Then he does the interview. Then as time to run back, he's still checking the cars. He's running back. Same with Schuhart. All their stuff happened. They both get to fix their car. And off they go. It was a very long process. I will say that. This is where I am 50-50 on, did they call it because of the guys involved, or it literally was just going to take that time to clear the track, make sure it's good. I don't know. In my head, I'm like, okay, as you start to drag the cars off, push the boys around. As soon as that last car's dragged off, go. And then give them the 2 minutes. But I don't know, maybe, I just don't know. It was just one of those things where you said it to me like, yeah, okay. But I don't know if it's another 2 cars that aren't in the points. They maybe do an open red, but it's like, maybe they don't. I don't know. It was like mid-race. I didn't think there was many incidents before that to like be scared about fuel. You know what I mean? It wasn't one of those stop-start features. But yeah, I'm not saying they did it for that, but it was just like, okay. And kudos to the crew though, bro. Those 2 teams that get those cars back out, which they did get them amazingly done in a short window. Like, in a very short window for what David Gravel's team did, plus what Schuhart's team did. Like, I swear, like, David Gravel's was a whole left rear bird cage and both wings, both, like, there was a lot, and he still drove back to 9th.
interesting one on the Schuhart one. In Australia, clarify me if I'm wrong. In Australia, you've got to have a front wing.
No, you don't.
The front of the car. You don't have to.
No, you don't.
Oh, I thought you did.
You do not.
Yeah,
It's
wow.
a top wing.
Yeah, because Schuhart rolled out to restart with no front wing, and I was
You
like,
do not need a front wing. You do not need a front wing.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Because I've seen it multiple times in America when they're half hanging off, they just kick the son bitch off and they're like, get out there.
yeah.
Like if it's rubbing on the front tyre and they can't fix it in time, they just kick it off and like, let's go. You
yeah.
know, so it'd be no different. What are they going to DQ someone if it's flipped up in front of them, like on the hood?
Yeah.
You know, so, but I'm not saying that because I do. Oh, the race we had on night 2 of David Gravel and Buddy Kofa was sick. So we'll talk into night 1's results anyway before we get into that. That was a big talking point for sure of the World of Outlaws that night. Night 1 did go to Buddy Kofoid. One of my picks, Carson Aceto, 2nd. Spencer Basin, 3rd. Donny Shots once again up 13 spots to fourth. Had a podium, but he said made an error. Like, had a podium, and he just made an error on the last few laps. Ryan Timms up 17 spots, and Garrett Williamson up 15 spots. Are you sure Garrett Williamson was involved in the night one crash?
Maybe it was night two.
Yeah, night two, because, like, I don't see him going up that many spots. But anyway, so yeah, and Sheldon Holdenshield 7th with -3. Chris Wyndham up 8 spots in 8th. David Gravel started 7th and got back to 9th. And Scott Bogutski rounded out the top 10, Aussie top 10. Night 2, Buddy Kofoid. Wow. David Gravel nearly got him on the end. It was like a bit of rubber coming in, I felt like, on the bottom. Plus, Donny Shots was just making the middle work like an absolute freak, as he does. Bill Baylor up 14 spots in 4th, and Spencer Basin up 15 spots in 5th. Carson Macedo 6 up 3. Logan Shoe chart up 18 spots in 7th. Ryan Timms up 15 spots in 8th.
Man, he did some passing over the 2 nights.
Man, he did some passing. Talking about not starting your nights right. Jeebus. But Donny Shots was a big one for me in this one, because when they talked to him about his post-race interview, he was saying it was weird. It just where we got stuck on restarts. He goes, it was really happy we got to single file, because I felt like it was getting a bit too technical, or everyone didn't know where to go and a bit carnagey. But yeah, he was like, I could pick some guys up in the middle and they were undecided on bottom and top, like when they were cheating the top versus not getting the real grip on the bottom and the rubber. But yeah, Bill Baylog, man, just another guy who these short tracks, Bill Baylog turns it on. So this is like Bill Baylog over the next, like they still have a lot of short tracks before they get to Knoxville. Like it's like a bull ring type go. So night 2 though, it was Sheldon Hordenchild. I really thought had a great chance to win, but then made contact with Carson Macedo. Right rear down on Sheldon, left rear down on Macedo. But I think they gave Sheldon like rear of field because he made the contact that caused the left rear to go down, which I thought was a big call, but it was a tight little pass. So I was like, it didn't worry me too much. It was just a shame. You were like, oh, here we go. We could have a 4-car battle here for the win. But then it turned into Buddy versus Gravel. And yeah, Gravel's tried to get him at the end. It was a drag race to the end. So that was a really cool race. And yeah, we talked about it just before the pod. And one of the talking points from the weekend, which was a talking point, but I think it was more of a social media talking point, was defending high limit champ Rico Abreu went to Peevely, where a lot of, not a lot, maybe 3 to 5 of his other high limit members actually made the trek all the way to Pennsylvania to run the 3 different nights there at Williamsgrove, Port and Baps. Now, we did a bit of looking up where each track was located before High Limit's next show next weekend at Lakeside. So I-55 is 4 hours away from that, but Pennsylvania Baps Speedway, which was today, is actually 15 hours. So the teams are doing the 15 hours, but they have a week to do it, where maybe the Tony Stewart team said, no, just travel the 4 hours. Like, relax, still get 2 nights of racing. But it was a hard night for the defending champion of the high limit. Now, he didn't make the show either night. He had a 5th in the last chance showdown and a 10th on night 2 in the last chance showdown. Qualifying really in the field, it was a strong field of, around 30 cars. I think first night he qualified in the 30th spot, but like 30th car out, qualified 25th, went backwards to 8th from 7th in his heat, started 5th. I started 10th and drove 5 cars, nearly made the show. So they nearly got it done at the end. And then night 2 for Rico was qualified in the 15th position, but unfortunately qualified 27th, like was 15th car out. Heat 3 went 7th to 7th, nowhere. It was a hard track. He had to get him off the start. It was very fast, I will say that. And then, yeah, he went backwards 3 spots into B main. Maybe they tried something. But that's a talking point of high limit versus outlaw. Definitely all the, the social media crazy. It's outlaws are better than high limit again this weekend, so they say. It's one of those weird conversations, but how can you go one guy versus 10? But we did see Rico's, I would say, as an inconsistent start of the season. Wouldn't you say so? It's either been checkered flag or they're not there on the podium.
Yeah, it's definitely been a different start to the year than the last 2 years. And even like the start to his year, like really the start to his year was High Limit International, and he was he had his moments at High Limit International where you were like, oh yeah, Rico's back. And then he sort of just dropped back.
That one's a bit hard for me. I mean, that one's a bit hard for me because we've seen the success he had earlier years at Perth. But also, too, like, I feel like the field was way harder. But then where he was finishing in Perth was like, oh, man, didn't think you'd be there. And I guarantee he's the same. His socials, he was pretty honest, which I love when you front it. And the guys are like, yeah, we sucked. You know, so, and I think he is that type of guy that gets on his socials and says that. But yeah, it's just, we've seen it with Tanner Thorson. High wind cancelled, go to a race Outlaws, qualified 12th. Not even that bad compared to Rico's time trials. And just packed up for the night, said didn't want to risk it. Like, you know what I mean? And, well, again, we don't really see a crossover till Eldora or Knoxville. Like, that's really our big meet-up meetings in National Open, maybe. Okay.
On Eldora, did you see the photo of the sprint car being lifted into the track at Eldora?
No, I did not see this. What was that on?
So there's a photo going around on social media. It appears to be a number 14 sprint car being helicoptered into Eldora.
Yeah.
And now that we've spoken about Rico and the Tony Stewart Racing sort of connection, it was done during the midweek of last week. So I just looked it up, and Eldora's only 5 hours and 45 minutes from I-55.
Yes, because it's part of their channel to Knoxville.
So I wouldn't be surprised if... I don't know what it is, what they're doing, whether it was just a cool video for something coming up at Eldora. A lot of people are sort of speculating that Tony Stewart's making a return to sprint car racing.
I don't think he needs to helicopter one in to make a return there, though.
I don't know. To me, when you zoom in really closely on the car, it looks very similar to Rico's car.
Yeah,
So
okay. I get you. They're going to race as a team? Maybe that'd be cool.
That's what I mean. It would be really cool. But...
That would be cool. That's the Outlaws, really. It was Peevely put on a show. It pumped me up for when they get back. And, yeah, they're the results, and the Outlaw points look like this. I just had them up, of course. I didn't screenshot that. But, yeah, High Limit's back this weekend, 17th of April at Lakeside Speedway. And the World of Outlaws, you should pop up because I just had you up.
I got the points if you need.
Oh, you did have the point.
Yeah, I got the points. No, I got the points, mate.
I'm here now. Too late. You made me late. No, you can run through them. Go. How about that? How about you?
Yeah, so you've got David Gravel out in front still, a 42-point lead over Carson Macedo in second. Buddy Kofoid in third. Donny Schatz, Sheldon Hordenchild, Logan Schuhart, Garrett Williamson, Spencer Basin, and Chris Wyndham, and Bill Baylog rounds out the top 10.
Baylog, 10. I feel like he's had a better year than that. Maybe I've missed not so good nights. But the big gap is there. It starts just around, obviously Sheldon on the 94 points, Donny 82 behind. Then there's like a 20 gap point between him, 60, 42. I feel like it would be hard now to really get back 94 points. But anything can happen.
I was going to say, it's speedway racing. You never know what's going to happen.
How good Sheldon has started the year with the new team, I could see that team's going on a magic run soon. Like, they've been fast. So, that was, that's the Outlaws. So, where are they next week, Vinny? What did we say? They are at Jacksonville Speedway. There you go. Jacksonville Speedway. I think that's a shorter track. Again, like I said. And then Tri-State. So they got a doubleheader this weekend, April 18th and 17th. Jacksonville and Tri-State Speedway, and then they head to Knoxville for 2 nights the week after. That Knoxville's always a big event where it's like, all right, boys, let's see who's got their Knoxville package on. So, yeah, and that's sort of the way the Outlaws have been going. I thought Ryan Timms got unlucky a few weeks ago when Buddy slid him. Ryan Timms will be red hot at Knoxville. I'm going to say bang, bang, bang. And I think Buddy was the first guy. Buddy has won 3 events in a row with the Outlaws. He won 81, both at I-55. That's his first time he's ever done that. And I think it's his first time in a while like someone's ever done that with the Outlaws too. So, yeah, just I feel like the few little misses in that Roth Motorsport team, man. Like they had their best start of Volusia. Then they were going on a run. Then he had, the DNF motor whole night. And then when he was leading against Baylor, took the fence out. Like there's those 2 nights really right there. And he's around that 60-point mark. So we could see it a bit tighter. But yeah, I'm really excited. I still feel the Outlaws has more twists and turns this year. Where I feel last year we sat here this early and we just went, like, we'd literally around May 8th last year, because they always sort of go around the same tracks at the same dates. This year, May 8th, they've got 2 nights at Williamsgrove, and that was the nights, I think, where we went last year. It's over. So that means a month from now, last year, Gravel's leading everyone by like 200 points, or it's still a race. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's dive into the PA Sprint Car scene. Now, they had a few races, the PA Posse Sprint Car Series race this week, but Williamsgrove Speedway. So, like I said before, some high limit guys decided to go PA way. It was like Justin Peck, Tanner Holmes, Brent Marks, I think Kerry Madsen were the names I really seen there. Justin Peck got the win on night 1. It was a wicked drive. He battled Ryan Smith in the 69K. Got the job done. I'm not going to talk too much about him. I just want to run through the results because I only watched a bit of the highlights, like I said. So, Williamsgrove Speedway, I don't think it was a PA Posse round. It doesn't say it here at least. But Justin Peck won, Ryan Smith second, Lance DeWeese third. Oh, man, I'm going to botch this name. Sorry, his name is Buddy too. Buddy Shuibins. Wow, Shuibins. That's his name, Shuibins. Wow, Buddy Shuibins. Sorry. It's like a mix between you and J-Mac, Binny. And Brent Marks in 5th. Then we go to Port Royal. Now, Port Royal I will touch on. Had some twists and turns. One of the big moments was Justin Whittle's moment. Now, Whittle looked like he had a winning hot rod. It was, do you remember the footage last year of when Newton went from like 16th to 3rd and the track was either like dead on the fence, hooked up, or guys were just classy through the middle bottom and could make it work? Yeah. Identical track to that pretty much. Chase Dietz and Justin Whittle were banging the fence down. And I mean, like, their cars looked like they had to travel so far, but their wings were just like weapons and going whop around turn 1 and 2. And Ryan Smith was just cruising middle bottom. Had to go to the top when he needed to, but he really wasn't abusing it or playing a safer game. It looked like car was set up that way. Justin Whittle, I believe it was Dietz he was passing for the lead. He threw a slide job that was like sent from starter 3, but in between a lap car and Dietz. And it like he was a bit square and then had to sort of half spin to, like, it was like he was going straight in the fence, you know what I mean? He spun it and kept it going, but there are rules in the PA or the PA Posse Series, I think it is, or Port Royal, one of the two, that if you spin and keep going, but you are the direct cause of the yellow, you are rear of field. Which, man, I'd never seen. Oh, my camera's all moving out. I love the what do you call it? The merge rule, because like it was a yellow thrown, but he kept it going. And the race could have stayed on. Like it's not like he was spinning out of control. I mean, spinning is out of control, yeah. Yeah. But what I'm saying is like he clearly kept it going, and everyone was in it was race on. Like, you would have forgot about his spun and if they said race on. Oh my God, the camera is really that bad. Maybe if I go out and come back in. Pick me up. Far out. Anyway, but yeah, that was the moment. And Justin Whittle pulled the infield to blow up, got out of his car, and they like said, "No, you're done." And he is running the point series, so that is something I think because he'll remember he's following the whole series. So that is a big one I think from his side. Ryan Smith actually went on to win Chase D's. I thought was going to get him, but Ryan Smith got the job done from 4th. Chase D's 2nd. Troy Wagaman Jr. 3rd. Brent Marks up 6 spots in 4th. And Lance Sweets up 4 spots in 5th. Then we go to Baps today. I haven't seen any highlights yet. It was on PA Posse TV. But Chase Deets apparently dominated, like got the job done. Brady Bacon 2nd. Gio Selzy. It was his first appearance of the weekend, I believe. I didn't really hear him at any other track. Got a 3rd. He started off the front rows in 2nd. Denny Dietrich 4th. And Tanner Holmes in 5th. So that's the PA scene. And yeah, the PA scene is like, we get racing every week now, guys. It's like a thing you can really watch and follow now. So it's in that system and going. And I do think we will see some Aussies heading over there soon. There will be some Aussies in that scene we can follow with weekly, just like last year. All right, Binny, you go on. Oh, my camera just magically fixed itself. Thanks, Flog. Alrighty, sorry viewers, that was a bit weird. The camera had a weird setting. Last results for me this week was All Stars Attica. Now, Binny, I sort of want to get your raw opinion on what this track looked like and race like. I have never seen a track like this before on the state of it, why they didn't do track work or what happened during the night. But can you go to Flow Sports or Flow Racing's YouTube, and it's Attica because their first night rained out. Mate, this is like, I don't even know why they started the feature. They knew it would have went rubber down, and it was if we were there, we're like free promotion for the pod, rubber down. But it did. The race itself was an interesting one to watch. So you go down. It's the one after Port Royal. It's 2026 All-Star Sprints at Attica Raceway Park. Just click and watch the first few bits. You'll be like, what the hell am I watching?
All right, doing it.
There's slick and then whatever that was. Ice. But then rubber. It was interesting. Have you got there yet?
Just got to skip some ads.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Doesn't have the premium YouTube.
Just paying some bills, you know.
Paying some bills. But why Benny's doing that, guys, why he's looking at that, I want him to watch it for a bit. We are slowly getting into some Rubber Down merch, okay? We're slowly doing some tests. Look at that. That's the new shirt. I'm rocking it right now. So it will be available soon. There you go. So Benny and me on it in our World of Outlaws cars that we used to run pretty much with Codeman Eliminator on it, BK Racing Performance products. Still run it. So, yeah, and then it's on the front, a little logo. So, yeah, we're looking into that. Be patient with us, please. It's been something we've been working on all season, but obviously with travel and work and it's not the old merch is just something we want to have. We don't want it to be this big thing, but you guys, when I'm at the track, have been asking me about it, so we're doing our best, and hopefully it's on our store soon, which was I think I had a store, codeman.store. So we're not going to start up a new Rubber Down, but I'm trying with a few different logos too, Binny. Might have a few different ones I want to run by soon. Oh, they look cool. So did you see the highlights of Attica?
Yeah, did it torrential rain before they went out there?
That's how wet it... Yeah, but that's black slick shit. And it's like the same guy leading just missed the 1 and 2 every time and got it. Yeah. Bryce Lucius, like getting to lap cars where you didn't... It's like, guys, it was that bad... You were better just to sit behind the lap car because you weren't getting past anywhere else. There was no chance. Like, no one was going to try drive around you. It was that slick. Do yourselves a favour. Attica on Flow, the recent one after Port Royal. Crazy, bro. Like, out of this world. Track. It's cool. I think Brock Hallett ran there a bit last year. Jordan Charge. Brock got I think Brock either won there or got a podium. I think maybe he won there last year. Not 100% sure, but... Yeah, he raced there a bit. It's the Ohio scene, but damn, man, what'd they expect to happen on that track, bro?
Yeah.
Like it literally turned into asphalt racing. But anyway, that was the All-Star Circuit of Champions at Utica, Ohio. The results were Cap Henry got the win, Bryce Lucius second, Tim Schaefer third, Tyler Courtney was there. Yeah, he was in Ohio. He went up 6 spots. Oh no, how's a hard track to do that on? Good on you. And Zeph Saber was 5th there. Nothing more to really talk about that track, but without the visuals, I can't believe. Like, could you imagine Australia and the social medias if that was a track, bro? Oh my god!
I think some cars would be in the transporter and not running the feature.
Oh my god! Out of control. Anyway, that's all the real results for the week, Binny. Now let's get into it. BK Racing performance products moments of the week. What are yours, my guy?
All right. I've got Mikey Green's performance on the weekend at Motorplex.
Could have put my mortgage on that, but yes, good on you, Mikey. Go on.
I have then got Jock's efforts over in New Zealand.
Yep.
I thought that was mega effort, considering he's probably never seen that track nor sort of run it. So mega effort to get a podium on the second night over there and close to getting a podium on the first night before it's fun. And then number 3, the Krikke Motorsport team wrapping up a 3rd straight Maddington series. That's a hard feat in any sport to go 3 in a row, but to do it in a sport like Speedway and sprint car racing is, mega effort for them.
For sure. Good top 3 there, Benny. I don't mind that. Mine, I'll start with your system, the 3. Number 3, mine was Justin Peck's set. I'll say that's what I'll leave at. The set he must have on that man. The move he pulled on Justin Smith to keep the foot in it and rail around the top. On the angle, whatever, Dirt Vision. I think it was Dirt Vision, but wow. He just said, "No, I'm winning this one, Ryan Smith. Cojones are in the bag today. Let's go." In the sack. Wow. It was a great drive, and Peck was a really good win at Williamsgrove. Number 2, again, PA scene. The Ryan Smith versus Chase Dietz battle for the win at Port. I just thought some of the best racing I've seen all year. Again, like already, what we've seen here plus there, and it's like, man, these guys are just getting started in PA. Like, this is sick. One of the best battles I've seen in a while. And for me, the big moment was the gravel shoe hut incident. I just thought that was such a crucial moment in the feature. But then all the stoppages and all the open red and all that stuff around it was a moment of like, wow, could have really shaken up the series, but didn't as much because of what happened with the open red. So they're my BK Racing performance products moments of the week. That's about it. Anything else you want to touch on? I got one more thing to touch on. I can't believe you actually sent it to me today. Do you know what you sent me today? And I thought it was bullshit. But that is out of control, and Australia would never let that happen. Can you explain to the viewers what you sent me today? And I cannot believe what it was. And it was so cool at the same time.
Oh, is that the Speedway driver that's got, he's got, how do you put this? I don't want to put this in a bad way.
He's got no arms. He's got no arms.
Yeah, and drives with one foot that obviously controls the brakes and the throttle. And then the other foot is steering the steering wheel. And I thought it was mega, like...
Yeah, out of control viewers. I'm like going to show you a little bit here. I can't, like, that's his foot. It's blurry, but he's steering with his foot there.
Yeah,
and he's got his other foot down here, and you can't believe it. He gets in the car like this. Look, no arms. By the way, this gentleman's name is Joseph Renfro Racing on Facebook. It has over 1,700 likes. Good on you, sir. Now, I did see in comments, they're like, how are you not racing with boots on? And he's like, well, technically I have fireproof socks on because they're my gloves or whatever. And
yeah.
But, like, what I want to say is, I know that wouldn't happen here. He wouldn't be passed for medical. But the balls on that guy? Good on you, Joseph. Like, the boss. Like, bro, this is what he's doing. Can you imagine me playing Outlaws like this?
I reckon you'd give it a crack.
How? Like, now I'm reaching my pedal. Oh, ew! How? I've got a cramp. Oh, that's what he's legit doing. That is insane. Good on you, Joseph, bro. That is...
Yeah.
I thought it was the world we live in, AI, bro. I'm like, all right, mate. But no, he full, like, doesn't get assist to get in the car. What a legend. So that is just awesome. When you send me shit, I'm like, here we go. What's he sent me now?
Another thing from the weekend, we did talk about it, but Perth doing that parade and the drivers going around with their phones.
Yes. Very similar to the World Finals. I love the vibe. I think Cal Williamson, he went live on Facebook.
Yeah.
That was different. I don't know if many other drivers did that, but he was, and again, wearing his Coban hat, legend, but he's just sitting there going, yeah, guys, this is what I do. And it was like, you know, this is, we press here and showing all the cockpit. But then like, people on the comments were like, watching this on the back straight. So cool. How cool is that? Like, that's cool.
It would have been cool. I think when he went live, the actual telecast was on an ad.
Oh, so it worked out absolutely perfect. He's jagged.
So everyone jumped straight on because they're like, oh, like, we can see what's going on now.
Yeah,
and one of the boys said something about it, and I was like, oh, like, what's he live on? Like, I thought he was live on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I went on Facebook, and I was like, that's sick. And then I saw how many other teams were doing, like, videos and...
Yeah, it was so cool. I think the other one I seen posted was on TikTok. Cody Nash posted his. Yeah. That was cool. But yeah, I remember that the World Finals last year. I remember that. We were like, this is so cool. This is so cool. So yeah, that was another moment from the weekend, I guess, was cool. But this weekend, I think it's just, we'll be following the Outlaws, following the high limit. We might have another driver on for an episode this week. I'm just confirming the details. But he's a recent feature race winner in Australia. There you go. So there you go, listeners. But hopefully we can get that done. And not you. You've won nothing. But yeah, so that's pretty much the episode today, Benny. Nothing else you want to touch on, my guy?
Oh, no, man.
You good? So you want to tell everyone where they can follow the channels? Let's go. What do you got?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok.
Even he forgot Apple Podcasts. See, there you go, guys. Apple Podcasts. Follow Rubber Down on all the socials. You can follow us on X. X, there you go. Yeah, see, I'm always hopeless at that one. Because I always feel weird. It's like X or Twitter. What is it? But everyone's calling it Twitter. But follow Binny as well on his Instagram, binny.jpg. He has a Facebook page as well. He's been a bludger on. But, follow everywhere for the results, updates. We're going to do our best, and hopefully we get you through here in Australia. The no racing here. I'm assuming we'll be at Sydney. I want to go to that. I'm sure we'll be there for that. Hopefully the car count's good. I think we should be. That'll be probably our next, on the ground vibe, doing our thing. But besides that, it's going to be a bit quiet. We might even get the old streams popping back up. So I had a bit of go at Outlaws today. I was pretty damn good, just quietly, Benny.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. And, of course, thank you to Eliminated Race Wings and BK Racing Performance Products for supporting this show.